Drink a bang.
I'm going to make some hot tea after this.
Oh, okay. You done?
No, I'm never done.
Tell me about it.
And oop.
I was going to start with this thought. These two random thoughts.
Do it.
So, you want to know something that's weird that'll blow your mind? In a regular vehicle car, your Kia Sorento or my Kia Optima, for instance, if you're in the driver's seat, you can reach over and touch the passenger side door. Like you just lean over.
You got to lean a bit.
Yeah.
Okay. But it's doable.
Yeah. You lean a bit to the right and your fingers will be touching the passenger side door, the inside, the interior. But if you're on a bus, like a school bus or a Greyhound, there's no way in hell, if you're sitting on the left-hand side, you can lean over and reach the other side of the bus. How is that possible? We're all in the same lanes on the roadways.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's wild.
How much, like your car, how much of the lane does your car take up?
70%.
Agree. So what the hell is a bus? Is it 130%?
Is a bus narrow at the bottom and then it gets like, it's like a inverted triangle? Does it get wider as you go up?
That's possible.
But not by much, right?
Right. It blows my mind. Honey, did you know, fun fact, there hasn't been, in terms of U.S. airlines, there hasn't been a plane crash since 2009.
I find that really hard to believe.
Well, because you hear about them, but it's always like the Indonesian flight, whatever, international.
Oh, and I think like private.
Oh, yeah.
Like private planes crash once in a while, like
Right.
Kobe Bryant.
Right.
Oh, that's pretty crazy though. 15 years?
Yeah, that means we're due for a plane crash. And I'll be on that plane. And you wouldn't have gotten out of the vehicle to kiss me and hug me goodbye.
Well, I'm going to kiss you every time now.
When you drop me
Just
off.
in case you're the next.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. That's how I want to go out, darling. Greetings, Internet. Welcome to But I'm Still a Good Person by Vince Nicholas. I'm Vince Nicholas. I'm joined by my sparkling wifey, Carolyn Nicholas.
Hi.
Hello, honey. Thank you for joining me in our bedroom for our little program here. Okay, so we got porch pirated. What had happened was we got a bottle of Great Value laundry detergent and a four roll pack of Great Value paper towels delivered to our home Thursday night. I'm a Great Value girly, okay? And it came in, notification delivered, but I was in bed. I was like, I'll get it tomorrow morning. And we don't have a problem with porch pirates. We've had a problem where our stuff was delivered to more specifically the condo just across the way. They're unit 1, we're unit 1. It happens. It says we get your blah, blah, blah has been delivered. I don't see it. I walk across the way, 15, 20 feet. I'm like, oh, here it is. And I grab it and that's fine. But in terms of our stuff being stolen, it doesn't happen. And the way our front door is, the little area, there's like little cubbies, a little space where if the package is small enough, and majority of the time it is, the Amazon delivery people, the Walmart delivery people, they throw it in that little space and you can't see it unless you go up like right to the front door and look to the left and the right. But so Thursday night, because of the size of 4 paper towels and a big bottle of Great Value laundry detergent, it was swiped. But at first I was like, okay, it's downstairs. I'm tired. I'm in bed. I don't want to go outside. It's dark. I'm scared. So I left it in the morning, as I do often. I let stuff stay there overnight.
Yeah, I don't like to let stuff sit out there, but
Right.
it's usually not a problem.
Right. Yeah. Most of the time I go down there, but sometimes I don't. Never had a problem before, but head down in the morning. No paper towels, no laundry detergent. So I walk across the way to the condo that usually gets our stuff. Nothing to be seen or heard. And I do a little route, our building and the building to the left and the building to the right. And I'm looking all around and I see nothing. By the way, it was trash day, Friday morning. Was so much trash. Like there was trash on the ground. There was trash falling from people's bins. It's like it's a lot of, but it's not like unorganized and it's not disgusting. But there's a lot of stuff.
I wonder if it's always like that, and do the waste management people just pick it all up usually? Because it doesn't usually look that bad,
Right.
when we are just driving through the streets during the day.
Right. I think it was just Friday morning, and the trash people. Although I didn't think they get out of their thing. And then there's people who put like boxes, like a box of kitty litter, the actual cardboard box, on top of their waste bin. That's not cool.
I know. That's irresponsible.
Fine. I could work for waste management. So it's 5:30 a.m. ish. I'm walking around. I don't see anything. And I look specifically, just like the delivery drivers that take a picture. I look at the picture, and it's not our welcome mat. It's an all black welcome mat, and we have a little orange cat welcome mat. So I'm like, okay, it's not at our door. And so I hop on the Facebook. We have a pretty active condo community Facebook group, and I say, hey, and I screenshotted the picture that the driver took of the black welcome mat and our stuff. I said, hey, if anyone has this, it's supposed to be ours. We'll come pick it up, or you can drop it off, whatever. And then I also put a sticky note on the condo across the way that gets our stuff, because they moved out, but their condo is still a hub of activity. I don't know what's going on there.
Yeah, they must be renovating or deep cleaning. The same cars have been there for months now.
Yeah.
Nobody lives there, but they're there frequently just doing stuff.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
Well, they were renovating, because you could tell from, like, they put covers in the windows or painting or whatever. But now I think they're just hanging out. I don't know what's going on over there.
It's just a hangout spot.
Yeah. And I put a sticky note, and I said, hey, you might have gotten our stuff. Please deliver it back. Your friend from across the way, Vince Nicholas. I put our address. Nothing. The sticky note was taken, by the way. It disappeared. Like, not even a, hey, I'm from across the way.
Yeah.
I didn't get your stuff.
Well, these neighbors, they're not very cooperative. We always get each other's packages. These are the same people that were smoking the marijuana outside of our window.
The jazz cabbage and our Xbox, well, Lennox's Xbox got delivered to them, and they didn't bring it over. They just put it out in front of their door for us to come get it.
Yes.
A $300 piece of video game machinery. Anyone can take it. Here you go. It's out in the open. But as shady as they were, the people who are whatever they're doing over at their place, I think are hecka shady, or they just don't care. So didn't get any word from anyone in our little condo community. And then I'm on the Facebook, and the West Sacramento Facebook, also very active. We're members of it. See a post saying Santa decorations and laundry detergent were recovered. I'm not sure how this person came across this information, but he took a picture of a business card of a West Sacramento police officer, and he said, if this is your Santa stuff, or if this is your laundry detergent, contact this person. And I was like, okay. So I contact the person. Let's call him Officer Lewis. And I say, "Hey, dear Officer Lewis, that if it's a green bottle, great value detergent, it's mine, and I would like it back." And he responds, "Oh, archived, undo archive." Live pointing and clicking here on Windows 11, people. Officer Lewis responds, "I do have it." Oh, I said, because we're missing the paper towels too. So I said, "That's the laundry detergent, and if there's great value paper towels, those are ours too. I'd like it back, please." And he responds, "I do have it. Do not have the towels, though." And he spells though THO. What kind of police officer is going on here? And by the way, his title in his little email signature, Patrol/UAS Sergeant. I don't know what that means. But it's a real cityofwestsacramento.org email address. And he goes on, "I can return it to you Wednesday, or you can pick it up from me tomorrow. I'll be off duty, but live by the Nugget Market." And I was like, "Wait, what? What? You're not supposed to be taking home evidence?" Like, what the hell, Officer Lewis? That's weird.
That is odd. He has it at his house, and you can just swing on by and pick it up. What
Right.
else does he have?
Right. Got some Downy beads and some Dove soap.
This is very casual police work.
What other stolen merchandise do you have? Well, I was like, I watched the movies, and Popo are supposed to have a procedure, and there's evidence, and there's an evidence locker, and there's paperwork. So yeah, swing on by my house to grab your stolen merchandise. Very odd, very bizarre. And so I respond, "Why am I picking it up at your house? Why not a police station of some sort?" And then Lewis responds, "It's my day off. I may go to Nugget later. I'll let you know. Otherwise, it'll be Wednesday when I'm back at work." Okay. Like, what the heck?
So meet in the Nugget parking lot?
Yeah.
It's very, very unorthodox here. Very questionable.
He'll slide a briefcase across under the table, and I'll slide him an envelope full of money. Yeah, I'm guessing he's like a volunteer. Like, old people do that. They help out. They volunteer.
Yeah, I mean, stolen laundry detergent and paper towels, that's pretty low down, far down on the, the priority of the police department.
Yeah, according to you, but according to my wallet, it costs $14 for both of those things. By the way, I hopped on Walmart chat and I got refunded the money, so not a big deal. But do you want to go get it?
I do want to go get it. I want to meet this guy.
I do too. I want the whole story, the whole kit and caboodle.
I think you should meet him at the Nugget.
I'm scared. And what happened to this laundry detergent? What if it's tainted? What if it's been punctured? We don't need laundry detergent that bad. And like I said, we've been refunded.
So what are you going to ghost him? Are you going to say, "I don't trust you"?
Let me see your badge. We don't need no stinking badges. Yeah. I was just going to say, you know what? It's cool, Officer Lewis. You keep the detergent or trash it. I'm good over here. But I want to know more. I need to know more. Because there were Santa decorations.
Yeah, where was all this stuff found?
Right.
And how did Officer Lewis end up with it?
Right. And why didn't he process it? And why isn't official police business? Why are we casually emailing each other? Why is he spelling though THO? There's so many questions. But I don't want to go that far for some laundry detergent. And what if he kills me, honey? What if he lures me to the Nugget parking lot? There is a section of the Nugget parking lot that is off to the side, poorly lit. The skateboarder high school kids usually hang out there.
Yeah, there's also the abandoned Pheasant Club restaurant.
Oh, yeah.
Which is just empty.
Yeah.
And I don't know what goes on over there these days.
He's going to lure me there. It's going to be like Hostel. He's going to take me hostage. Will you pay my ransom, honey?
No.
Oh, okay.
Just kidding.
You know what the ransom is? Tide Pods. Yeah, so I'm just gonna thank him for his service, but I need to know more. I just got to know more. I want to find the original Facebook post and see how that guy was involved.
Yeah, how did this guy find out that? Oh, so many questions.
I know. And who's and are people really out here stealing Santa decorations? I mean, some of them are very valuable, a couple $100 at Home Depot and Costco. And we know from Grocery Outlet that people steal Downy and Gain and laundry detergent because it's valuable. It's expensive and you can move it relatively easily. It's not like you're stealing a car or whatever. But yeah, I have questions for you, Officer Lewis. Bring him in. Bring him into the questioning room. But I'm scared. And I bought a bike from Donut House, who I thought was gonna kill me. But I don't know. You know what? Let's do it.
Heck yeah, let's do it.
Are we gonna use the laundry detergent?
I don't think people. I think people only want to taint something that you could eat or drink.
Yeah.
No one cares about like sullying your laundry detergent.
Yeah. Okay.
So it's probably fine.
We'll try to put a meeting together. I'll wear a trench coat, a hat, some sunglasses. It's gonna be undercover. I'll feel like a CIA. Matt Damon in that one movie where he played a CIA agent. So Frankie, Blue, Nicholas, Honey, our terrified weirdo of a cat. One of my favorite things to do is he freaks out over plastic bags, trash bags, grocery store bags, and I shake him, not all the time, but once in a while, and he gets scared and he runs away, and I find it amusing personally. What do you think about it, honey?
I do not find it amusing. I always tell you to stop it.
Yeah.
I never purposefully scare him.
Yeah.
I try to only like get a bag out or shake a bag when he's far away from me.
Or when he's a bad boy.
No.
Although you put aluminum foil on the oven.
Yeah, that was just to keep him off.
Because he gets on the buttons. When he gets hungry, he hops on the buttons and beep, 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 beep. And it's a whole, it's mayhem over here. But I feel it's for my entertainment. And I want to make him stronger. I want to make him braver and courageous so he can not be so scared of some plastic bags. And that you got to confront your fears.
I don't know if he has like the mental capacity to face and overcome fears.
Frankie Blue, you've got to. But we got an actual note message, email from a podcast listener. I know, honey. Isn't that crazy?
You're reading listener emails?
Yes.
Okay.
I know. And usually that's the mark of lazy, boring content. But here, it's vital. It's nonstop entertainment. So this person, Sandy, she says she's been involved with cat rescue. She says, you say Frankie is terrified of garbage bags and doesn't like boxes. Many kittens/cats end up in garbage bags or boxes at the side of the road, in dumpsters, dumped in the woods, etc. Please don't chase them around the house with plastic bags. You're probably terrifying him more than you realize. And she goes on to say, I know you all love Frankie, we do, but to purposely chase him around the bag is cruel. And that made me feel bad because he is a rescue, right? He's got his ear cut off, and that means he's
when the ears clipped, that means that they have been fixed. But that also means that was done when they were in the shelter, and we know he came from a shelter,
right? That means he was feral. He was out on the streets, or
his mom.
Someone just gave up.
His mom was. We know he was a kitten in the shelter, and that's where his previous owner adopted him from. Mm-hmm. And his ears clipped, so he got his no square surgery done when he was a little kitten.
Oh dear. Yeah, that made me feel terrible. And so, as much as I want him to conquer his fears, not worth it. And so I apologize to Frankie. And yeah.
And you haven't been doing it since.
Correct.
I'm really glad this listener got through to you.
Yeah.
Because I haven't been able to.
Well, I didn't know there's such a traumatic upbringing, possibly.
I don't know what I'm talking about. That was just like, it just seemed kind of obvious to me. Frankie doesn't like it.
Yeah. Well, so he's never going to overcome what he's scared of?
I don't think there's any chance of that ever happening.
Because his brain is the size of a walnut or pea?
I've heard cats have like the mental equivalents to a 2-year-old human. I don't know if that's true. That's just what they're saying on TikTok.
Well, sounds about right. And then in terms of him not making biscuits, she goes on to say, if he was a feral, he probably got separated from his mom too soon, which could be why he doesn't make biscuits. Kittens do that when they're nursing. Aww. Frankie's got a horrifying childhood story.
He's done biscuits just a couple times in his life for a few seconds.
Yeah.
But he's had a rough past.
Yeah. And we're here. This is a safe space, Frankie. So no more scaring him. No more expecting biscuits. Although we were talking about him passing away today.
Oh my gosh. For some reason, it just hits me once in a while that he's going to die someday. And then I get really sad.
Yeah. And then you said, if we get a new cat, can we name him Frankie? I think we can, right?
Would it get confusing, though, if we're talking about Frankie and you have to say, wait, which one are you talking about? The dead one or this one?
No, we would get over it.
We would talk when Frankie dies. We're going to talk about him all the time.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, for sure.
Frankie's just the perfect name for a cat.
Oh yeah.
I can't imagine naming one anything else.
Right. Agree. You found Frankie the other night in an odd, compromising position, honey. Can you tell us more details about that?
He was downstairs in our little entryway, crying, meowing, scratching at the door that goes from our house into our garage.
Yeah.
He was going crazy at it.
Yeah.
And he knows how to open doors. So he was jumping up and he was trying to open the door.
Yeah.
So I went down there and I locked the door. So even if he wouldn't be able to open it.
Yeah.
But he was crying. He was down there for a long time. And I'm worried that there was some creature in our garage.
Right.
I don't know what else would be causing him to do that.
You took video.
I took a video. It was really funny.
Well, that's the best thing. It's funny. It's weird. It's sad. It's just bizarre all at once. Frankie's like a really good movie, but he's up on his hind legs and he's constantly swiping with his front paws at the door handle, and then he's meowing. But you checked, right?
Yes, I did look out. I didn't see anything, but Frankie darted out into the garage when I was trying to check. So I quickly got him and I was able to get him back inside.
Yeah.
So in the couple of seconds that I was looking around, I didn't see anything, but who knows? There could have been something. But this was a few days ago and we haven't seen anything.
Yeah.
Our garage doors have been open since.
You're locking the door to the garage now.
I have been the last couple of nights because I don't trust Frankie.
But he hasn't repeated this behavior.
No.
I mean, he's always acting weirder than normal. But yeah, that was just a one-time thing. And I wouldn't doubt it if we have mouses, or rats or whatever, or critters. But I went out there when I went to work. I didn't see anything. I didn't do a deep dive, but we don't have a huge garage. There isn't a ton of space. It's not a ton of places to hide. He's just a weirdo. In other Frankie news, so we have our tree up, and either he's been nipping at the branches, the lower branches.
Yeah.
It's a fake tree.
Our tree is fake. We've had it for years.
Yeah.
He chews on the branches.
But just at random intervals. Like, he doesn't do it all day. It's just once in a while. And thank goodness we're home and we catch him I'm sure he does it here and there when we're not home. But he unplugged the tree because the other morning the tree lights were off. Someone had yanked the plug out from the outlet. So either he chewed on the cord or he like jumped over it and just pulled the plug out. Because the little prong at the end of the cord that plugs into the wall is a little bent. I think this is Frankie Blue's War on Christmas, honey. Bill O'Reilly was right. I knew it. In other Frankie news, so my coworker has chickens, and that's a whole deal. He tells me these stories involving rats and shooting these rats and then eventually killing the chickens because that's why he has them, and it's a whole thing. But I was telling about our issues trying to get Frankie to the vet, and he has to catch his chickens once in a while. What he does is he has these nets and they have weights on them, and if he needs to catch a chicken, he'll throw a net at the chicken, and then there's a few seconds of the chicken freaking out, going ape dung, but after that they simmer down, and then he can do whatever he wants to do with them. What about a net with weights for Frankie, honey?
No.
Why not?
Even if we threw a net on Frankie, how would you get him into his cage from there?
Well, I would look like the Michelin Man. I'd put padded everything, or a Major League Baseball catcher, and I would just grab the net with Frankie, and he would be. But I would throw him in his cage, and then we could finally take him to the vet. Is he never going to the vet again?
No, I will try again.
Right.
But I don't know when.
Oh, yeah. You're going to let Lennox take the day off from school. Because Lennox is a Frankie whisperer. He can, I think he can pull the magic trick off of getting Frankie into to his cage. Although I said no more freaking out with Frankie garbage bags, but throwing a net on him, he might go crazy. We've tried to put a collar on him, right? A little vest so we could walk him.
Oh, yes.
That was not good.
Oh, he freaked out with the body vest.
He became like a jumping bean. He just started bouncing around. It's the weirdest thing ever.
Yeah, he eventually shook it off himself.
Yeah. It's Christmas, honey, or it's about to be in a couple weeks. Prezzies. I got Lennox 2 gifts. I got your Prezzy today. It's a 2-parter.
Okay.
Ooh, tease you. And then, it's very confusing because your birthday is January 31st. So within the span of a month, it's Christmas and then your birthday. Why would you do this to me, Liz and Alan?
Hey,
yes.
I have been dealing with this for almost 16 years because Luna's birthday is in January. Lennox's birthday is in February.
Right.
So for the last decade plus, just my life from November through February has been so stressful and overwhelming. And I'm just trying to make kids happy for like 3 months in a row.
You got to plan parties. You got to think about their Christmases and birthday presents. Yeah. Yeah.
It's getting a little bit easier now that they're older, but when they were younger, it was like my least favorite stretch of the year.
Yeah.
Which is sad because the holidays are supposed to be fun.
Well, that's your fault.
I know. I take responsibility.
You take full responsibility. What are you getting me anything, honey? What are you gonna get me?
You're so hard to shop for.
I do not believe that, but go on.
Well, I keep asking you what you want, and you won't tell me.
Yeah. Well, I don't want anything.
Well, neither do I, but you bought me something, so now I have to get you something.
Yeah. Well, I don't want anything, but I want everything. But, like, I want a new pair of sneakers, but you just bought me Vans a few months ago that I've worn less than 5 times, so I don't know. I just want us to be happy and together.
Done.
Honestly, just food Well, we're already planning that, right? Ham.
I know I'm cooking for you Christmas, like
Yeah.
I always do.
What was the side we were just talking about?
Biscuits.
Oh, biscuits.
Mashed potatoes.
Mashed potatoes.
Butter.
Oh, yeah. Lots of butter.
Tons of butter.
And that... Dude, Christmas is on a Wednesday, okay?
Oh, yeah.
What the hell kind of backwards world do we live in?
This is going to be a really crappy week for Christmas because you work Monday, Tuesday.
Yeah.
And then you go back to work Thursday, Friday.
Yeah.
So that's not holiday spirit, holiday fun.
I know every year it's a debate of the Super Bowl should be a Saturday. The Super Bowl should be a Saturday so everyone can drink and eat and have Sunday to recover. And regardless of how you feel about Joe Biden, President Biden, you have a couple more months of power. Okay, 1 month or a couple weeks actually. Do something. Change Christmas to a freaking Friday or a Saturday. Senior Biden. Like, what the hell? And then New Year's is on Wednesday. Right?
Right.
That's so annoying. They gotta do an executive action. Things are gonna change when Trump's in charge. So last Christmas, you made a blueberry lemon loaf for our neighbors. What's the plan this year, honey? What are you making? Who's on the list? Who's been naughty? Who's been nice?
The naughty list this year is longer than the good list.
You bad boys and girls.
Last year we baked for just everybody who lives around us, so it ended up being like 8 people.
It was a lot. We got them gift bags. We got cards.
Yes.
And they have not reciprocated. Well, a couple.
So what I decided this year, I'm not doing it for everybody like that again.
Yeah.
I'm only doing it for people who have reciprocated.
Yeah.
And or say hello to us or show us any sort of like neighborly warmth.
Yeah.
And that has winnowed the list down to 3 families, 3 people.
Yeah.
So quite the drop, but I'm happy. That's less work for me, and I really only care about giving something to the people who we've kind of have any sort of connection with over the years.
Yeah.
Which isn't much, but
right.
It's a little.
The initials KB, honey. Is she in the green? She's sort of in the yellow.
Yeah.
Sometimes she's green, sometimes she's red. There's suspicion in the air about her motives and her actions in the past year. What do you think? KB, yay or nay?
She's not getting a Christmas goodie this year.
Nice. I like it.
And I don't really have like negative feelings.
Right.
But she just didn't earn it this year, okay?
Right.
Maybe next year you can try again.
Yeah.
So what I'm going to bake this year is I'm going to make bread. Just like a normal bread loaf, not like last year it was a lemon blueberry loaf. Mm-hmm. No, this year it's just going to be like a bread. Like you could use it for sandwiches, you could cut it and toast it and eat it with butter.
Have you ever made bread?
No. Okay, so this recipe, my mom makes it, and it's only like 4 ingredients. It's really simple.
Okay.
And she's made it a lot. So I feel confident that I can make it. I'm going to do a practice run for us at home.
Yes.
So these neighbors are going to get a loaf of bread and a little jar, like a mason jar.
Yeah.
I'm going to do whipped butter. I saw this on Instagram reel, a little video. This lady made whipped butter and then like squirted it in the jar.
Yeah.
Like in columns.
Yeah.
And then she filled the jar with honey.
Wow.
So it's like a little jar with whipped butter and honey.
It's a visual marvel.
Yeah, it looked so yummy. So I thought that would be fairly simple, but nice.
Okay.
What do you think?
Yeah. You got to get the recipe from your mom.
Yes.
And then you got to find that reel, which is
I think
TikTok for old people.
I can just do it.
Okay.
I Googled how do you whip butter.
Okay.
Seems pretty simple.
Okay. And then honey?
Yeah, just squirt the honey in.
Okay. It sounds simple.
We will test this out we'll do it for ourselves before we do it for anybody else.
These reels and these TikToks and their lapsedness makes everything look easy and simple and quick. But okay, yeah. You do a few test runs. And I will be your subject, your willing subject to eat all this bread and butter and honey. Sounds like a plan, darling. So I see here in my notes, honey, you got a card to sign at your work under some unusual circumstances. Can you tell us more details?
I had to sign. I didn't have to. I felt pressured, though, to sign a card for a coworker whose father died.
Okay.
And my boss came to me with the card. She said, do you know, this is not her real name, do you know Melissa?
Yeah.
You know Melissa in so-and-so's office? I said, no. And she said, okay, well, here, sign this card for her. Her dad died. So I said, okay. So I'm looking in the card, and everyone has pretty much written the same thing. I'm so sorry for your loss.
Yeah.
My heart is with you. Thoughts and prayers. So I was like, I don't know what to say. I can't even picture this woman's face. I literally don't know who she is.
Yeah.
So I Googled what to write in a coworker's card whose father died.
That's just being resourceful, honey. Smart.
I didn't want to sound over the top because I'm sure she has no idea who I am either.
Right.
But I found like some nice examples. I copied it verbatim.
Yeah.
And I did it.
Nice.
I accomplished the task.
I wonder what % of the people who signed that card did not know Melissa or had the faintest idea of Melissa or just don't interact with Melissa, don't work with Melissa, barely know Melissa. And it reminds me of like when they bring, say at my work, it's Melissa's birthday and we're all contributing $5 to get Melissa something. And say, well, I don't really know Melissa and I don't want to give her $5. What has Melissa done for me lately? That's awkward, but there is pressure. I would sign a card.
Oh yeah.
But I ain't giving no
$5
to Melissa. I see here in my notes, honey, that you had problems trying to shave your legs this week. Can you tell us more? It's cold. It's winter.
Shaving in the wintertime has been a struggle for my entire life. All these many decades.
These women problems.
Okay, if I have any sort of goosebump, I can't shave.
Yeah.
So in the winter, our house is really cold.
Yes.
If the house is cold and you're getting into a hot shower,
yes,
then that makes you have even more goosebumps.
Yes.
Does that happen to you?
No, I don't shave my legs.
Well, I mean.
Yeah.
So,
I couldn't imagine shaving when it being freezing and me having goosebumps.
Because the water is warm, but if any part of your skin isn't touching the water, then it's still freezing, and it's just.
It's hard.
So I can only shave if the heater's on.
Yes.
The heater has to be on, making our house hot. It's a very delicate balance. Like the water can't be too hot, but it can't be too cold.
It has to. All the stars have to align.
So it's been like over a month since I last shaved my legs.
Oh dear.
And I finally, all the elements were working out, and I was able to shave my legs last night.
Good job.
And I feel amazing. I feel lighter. I feel brighter.
I've always thought you women's shaving your legs, that would be hard, especially around the knee area and behind the knee armpit or whatever.
Yeah, there's
ankles.
There's parts that you have to be more careful at.
Yeah.
And it's a lifelong endeavor, and you get better with practice.
Yeah. Have you ever not shaved your armpits?
No.
What about armpits? Do those get goosebumps, or
No.
is that relatively easy to shave?
I don't have any issue with my armpits. I can do that anytime.
I way back in the day, hanging out with my stepbrother, he knew some gals in Santa Cruz, and we were hanging out, just partying, whatever. But a couple of these gals didn't shave their pits, and I had no idea. We were just all whatever, drinking, smoking, straight West Coasting. But when a few of them would raise their arms for whatever reason, I saw hair, and they didn't shave, and I was like, wow, that's crazy.
That is crazy.
They were wearing pants, so I don't know what was going on with their leg hair, but yeah, seeing armpit hair on a woman, and I was early mid-20s, was shocking. Shocking, I say.
Yeah, I don't care about like society's expectations and standards. I just feel better when I'm hairless.
Yeah.
I feel wonderful when I'm hairless.
Same.
If I was a man, I would shave too.
Oh yeah.
Just like you, honey.
Yeah.
So it's annoying. It's a lot of work. It's never ending, but it's worth it.
Yeah. In the end, you're sad. Like, well, you cut my hair today. I shaved my face. I feel like $1,000,000. Although the hair never stops. There's hair on my back. There's hair on my legs. I shaved my armpits a few days ago, but that's coming back. It's never ending. Me and you, we're hairy. I blame my dad. I blame your dad. They're both hairy men. But we do everything we can to fight the hair. It's hard, and sometimes we let things slide, but in the end, we maintain the fight against hair. Speaking of hair, does Frankie have eyebrows? Does he have a mustache? Does he have a beard? I mean, he's furry, but then he has like eyebrows that go far, and he has whiskers.
He has tufts here and there.
Yeah.
I think he technically does. They just blend into his coat.
I like it. In terms of our recycling, it was delayed. I don't understand why this week. Our trash got picked up. I didn't take out the organics because I'm lazy. I threw our organics into the recycling. I'm sorry, honey.
You know what? I don't care.
Please don't report me to waste management.
I used to care.
Yeah.
But I've been so just beaten down by these new regulations that, I've been throwing our coffee grounds into the trash can.
Ooh.
I haven't been trying to control you and your actions anymore with it. So, like, you told me this. I said, whatever.
Wow.
Do what you want.
Oh, you don't care about the environment. It's like being married to the Exxon Valdez over here. Let's talk about some crap we've been watching, honey. We finished Prison Brides, best show ever. Finished Prison Brides in 2 words. I'd say recidivism rate. Why do the girls do it? Okay, I get what the guys do it. Like they get attention and they get conjugal visits, and then when they get out, they have a gal who works and who supports them and gives them the boom boom. Why are these girls doing it?
I think these girls feel special when the man tells them, like, I want to change for you. No one supports me. No one believes in me, but you believe in me. You see me. And then the women feel just so special.
Are there that many like loser guys out in the dating pool who can't make a gal feel special? And they're international. They have to fly to Missouri from Australia. It's just...
it's hard to understand, but I think there are like some psychological reasons that I totally can understand.
Yeah, it's mentally ill. And it's great television. One of the dudes, so he gets out and he has a warehouse job making 20 plus hours, $20 plus an hour. And then he's like, oh, I'm going to start selling my art. And he quits his warehouse job and he does his art full time. And his art sucks. And yes, everyone's a critic, but this is my opinion. It looks like a 3rd grader drew this crap. And I was like, what are you doing, dude?
Well, that's what his girlfriend said too.
Yeah.
And they ended up breaking up.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert.
Another gal and guy, the gal finds meth pipes in his work bag or whatever. And she leaves him and she cries and I can't believe he would do this to me. Really? Really? A felon? You can't believe a felon started using meth again? And she has to escape and he goes back to jail for a couple of these guys go back to jail for abusing their women's or other women's or whatever. What the hell?
Shocking.
I know. So stupid. And then there's another guy who is a welder who's making decent scratch. And all he has to do is keep welding, which is a trade that pays very well. And his lady is dedicated to him, although she had an Amazon problem. She spent a lot. But they have a kid. So all he's got to do is keep welding and go to work. And he would have a nice life. But of course he doesn't. And he's back in jail for hitting her or whatever, abusing her. It's just, what is wrong with these couples? I know what's wrong with the guys, but why do these girls keep coming back? It's just...
I can't wait for season 2.
Yeah,
I hope it lives up to season 1.
Give us season 2, you cowards. We also watched the Netflix documentary Buy Now: The Shopping Conspiracy. It's just, it was ridiculous. Well, what do you think, honey? Thoughts, feelings, comments, reflections?
I thought it was really good.
Yeah, fascinating.
I'm so glad we watched it. You know about all the waste in the world. You know about all this needless spending and overconsumption. Consumers is out of hand.
Yeah.
But they really, like, to see it laid out like this was even more eye-opening. And I have been very conscious ever since we watched this. I don't want us to spend more than we need to. I don't want us to throw something out if it's still usable. It doesn't have to be perfect. You were talking about these plastic bowls we have that are kind of stained over the time we've had them from, sauce and whatnot. They're perfectly usable. They just have little food stains in them.
They're unappealing, aesthetically pleasing.
I don't want to throw them away. I don't want to buy more. I spend less, waste less. Yes. I'm on board with this. Did it affect you in the same way?
Well, I knew about all this, but I don't want to know about all this because then if you think about it, it's not good.
Well, that's what the companies are banking on. They don't want you to think about it either.
Yeah. And I'm okay with that. I'm okay with not knowing. So a few things about the movie. So there was a gal who worked at Amazon for over a decade. Her name is Marna. And deep into her tenure, after 10 plus years, she starts getting conscious and she becomes an activist inside Amazon and wants them to waste less and do carbon credits and become green and all this stuff. And I was like, Marna, this is not good for your job. And she shows up to investor meetings to lecture Jeff Bezos and all this stuff. I don't understand why she is no longer with Amazon. She got fired or laid off or whatever because of this activism. Why would you do that if you're an employee, honey?
She can get another job. She can get another source of income that isn't hurting the world as much. She got to fight for what's right.
Would you do that?
Maybe.
I'd be stacking them chips and saying, yeah, cool environment. But she had a good job. Just like the welder guy, okay? Marna and the welder guy. It's a new television show. It's on the CW. Catch it Wednesday nights at 9 p.m. But I was... Because you see these people and these groups of people inside giant companies who suddenly speak up and are bad-mouthing the company. It's like, what are you doing? And they always find their way out, but whatever. Another thing I learned is you throw things away, but away is not a real place, honey. It's not in the abstract.
That actually, like, I've been thinking about that. Yeah. Like, you throw things away, this mythical away place.
Yeah.
Like, everything has to go somewhere.
Yeah.
It doesn't just disappear.
Yeah. Most trash is buried or burned, which is terrible for the environment and the people burning it, who are conducting the fires, etc. It's usually in a third world. Also, what I learned is that the arrows on like a bag of chips or whatever, the arrows that indicate what kind of recycling it is, what kind of chemicals it is, and how it should be disposed. That's all bullshit. Like, no one cares. No one follows it. Frito-Lay or whatever just prints it because it's the law and they're told to print it. But all that stuff is just, it's nonsense. No one cares.
Well, and the companies lie. They manipulate what they say you can and cannot recycle.
Yeah.
A lot of stuff is not recyclable. They were showing tons of different examples of various products, and it all ends up in the same place. It all ends up, you think you're recycling, you think you're doing good.
Right.
It all ends up in the waste. Like, so little of this stuff actually gets recycled.
Yeah.
And so little of plastic is even recyclable.
Yeah.
And even if you think it is, it's not. I've been saying this for years. I felt so vindicated when this lady was talking about the recycling.
You threw your hands up in the air. You say, yes, queen, preach. The ending conclusion is that companies need to have a plan for end of life of these products and packages and waste, which is a fine thing to say, but it's never going to happen.
Yeah, the companies are never going to care about what happens to their crap after.
Well, they've made the money.
Yeah, exactly. So I feel like the burden is more on us, the consumers. We need to be more responsible with what we buy. We need to buy less. We need to make stuff last longer. We need to be more conscious of what we're doing. Because companies they're not going to do it.
Neither will the people, honey.
I will. Me and Marna.
I have a bottle of hair gel right now that I put on a cutting board and cut it with a super sharp knife because there was gel in the bottom that I could no longer squeeze out of. But I cut the bottle in half, and I just stick my finger in the bottom of the bottle there, of the bottom of the well, and I'm continuing to use it. So
that's wonderful.
Are you proud of me, honey?
Yes.
Would Marna be proud of me? And finally, A Man on the Inside, a television show on Netflix starring Ted Danson, he of Cheers fame, and married to Mary Steenburgen. Also starring Stephanie Beatriz. She's from Brooklyn Nine-Nine. What'd you think about this TV show, honey?
I really, really liked it.
We loved it.
Yes. Loved it.
He's an old guy. He's retired now, and a private detective hires him to go on the undercover inside a retirement home to kind of suss out some jewelry theft going down. It's excellent. It's charming. It's likable. Ted Danson is just undeniable. And a lot of the show is just old people being funny.
Yeah, it's really funny. And then it starts to get also heartwarming and a little, like, you might tear up a little bit as the show goes on.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
So it was a good mixture of those things.
Yeah. And the interiors were shot in Los Angeles, but it takes place technically in San Francisco, according to the script. But there's tons of exterior shots of beautiful San Francisco streets and the Palace of Fine Arts and the Golden Gate Bridge, Alcatraz. And it's so cool to see that they flew up there and they got out their cameras and they started filming and the actors started talking. It's not like when they go to Vancouver and they pretend it's Brooklyn or whatever, or they go to Toronto and they pretend it's Manhattan. They really went to San Francisco, and San Francisco looks beautiful. But yeah, it's an excellent show, dealing with age, old people, some sad notes, but really, really funny. 8 episodes. Could have been 7 episodes. The 7th and 8th episode could have been combined into one. But it's excellent. But let's get to what's really important, honey. Who's more handsome, Ted Danson or Michael Douglas? I'll take your answer off the air.
I'm going to go Ted Danson.
Wrong. Well, look at their wives.
Mary Steenburgen or whatever. She's super pretty.
She's pretty, but she's no Catherine Zeta-Jones.
Well, no. Who is?
I'd say Ted Danson. Okay, they're both old, and they both look old. But Ted Danson looks really old.
Well, he is. I think he's 76.
Yeah.
But he's in great shape. He's like, he looks sturdy and he stands upright.
Yeah.
He's nimble on his feet.
I think Michael Douglas's old man genes, his DNA has kept it together better. But then again, he's just not in anything recent, so what the hell am I talking about? Okay, where are we done, honey?
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's the end of the program. It's been fun, but not really. Let's all try a little harder next time. Like, comment, subscribe, follow, review, and rate, or don't. Do whatever you want. You're a grown-up. Make your own decisions. Do what's best for your family. Please be sure to use our promo code for Buy Now, the Shopping Conspiracy. We don't have a promo code for Buy Now, the Shopping Conspiracy. Goodbye, my parasocial podcast friends. I love you. My wife and I love you. We hope you have a good day today and tomorrow. And sure, she may have Googled, what did you Google? What do you
Was
sign?
he write in a card for a coworker whose dad died?
It's really specific. It's really specific, and I'm sure there were 8,000 Reddit threads. But she's still a good person, and we're still good people. Thank you for caring. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for listening. We hope you have a wonderful day. Such like, bye.
And oop.
We got chicken.
Is that crispy, juicy tender? I can't eat no longer. And oop.